Well, when Dinesh was a child, he was a very cheeky child. You always had to keep an eye out for him. You never know what he gets up to. And he was a very happy child as well. When he was about 14 years of age, he actually wanted to start his own computer business. So then he wanted to fly aeroplanes. Then he wanted to become a pilot. So since his teenage years, he was passionate about many things. Yeah, ever since he was born, I was always there for him. Even when he first started school, I was a school teacher at the time in his same school. So I don't think I've ever left him ever since he was born. Yeah, it was like a very difficult day to go back to think of it. And I still remember the call from the ambulance. And he actually gave me a big hug before he left home that night. And half an hour later, we got that phone call to say he was in an accident. But I did not know what a spinal cord injury meant. And I thought, okay, that's just an accident and he will get back up again. But when I went to the PA, they were preparing him for a surgery. So he was laying on this cold room and the first thing he said to me was, "Mama, I will be okay." And I believed in that. And I believe he's okay.
I was visiting my parents and I was coming back to the Gold Coast from Brisbane.
Well, they did not tell me it was a spinal cord injury. They said your son was in a car accident, come to the hospital. Then also they said, don't rush, take your time. I still remember that. So when we went there, after he was taken to the surgery, there was a social worker and a lot of other people called us to a meeting. And then they delivered the worst news saying that he will never be the same again. He may not be able to think for himself. His hands, he may not even able to lift his hands up. They will fall back on his face. And they painted the worst picture ever. But however, I always believed in him. I know he's a fighter. I know he's strong. And I knew he will get back up again. You know, when something like that happens, you just forget about yourself and you just focus 100% on your child. So it just, I don't know how I did what I did because I was working full time at the time too. I took some time off from work and I was at the hospital every morning around 6:30 a.m. Then I went home at 10:30 p.m. and we lived on the north side at the time. The bond between a mother and a child will never change. We do a lot of things together and I'm always there for him. Well, it's very difficult to explain the transition of it because I think the mothers will normally, adapt to those circumstances because I realized, okay, he needs that extra support. And I didn't think twice. Even today, I don't think twice. If he asks for something, I just make sure he gets it. And if he wants something done, we do it because, that's what mothers do, even with a newborn child.
I think Mum and I have been always really close. So we're a really tight-knit little family and we're always there for each other. So I don't know if I've felt that way. I look after Mum and she looks after me, so we're there for each other. My mum is giving, she's kind, she's patient, she's really, really strong. She's a fighter, she's fierce, and she's just everything a good human being should be.
When Dinesh was named for the Australian of the Year, I was so happy and I think he was supposed to go up the stage, but I was busy hugging my friend next to me. And And the next thing I know, he was up on the stage, and that was the happiest day of my life because, yeah. And I believe in him, and he does amazing things, and I'm so proud of him.
You know, I want to honor and acknowledge my mum every single day, but Mother's Day is just a special day, you know, set aside to acknowledge all mums and what being a mum means. And I think my mum embodies the essence of what a mum really is.